Hi flutists, my name is Victoria and today I'm going to be helping you learn your B flat major scale, 1 octave, your G natural minor scale, 1 octave, and I'm also going to be giving you a few practice tips that you can use in anything that you're practicing right now. So let's begin with the scales. We're going to start off with our concert B flat scale. Before we do anything, we always want to figure out what notes are in this scale. Why is it the concert B flat scale? So if you look at the key signature that's written in on your scale, you'll see that there are B flats and E flats, meaning everything else will be natural. So that's really important to keep in mind, and that's a really good way of memorizing what notes are in what scale. So I'm going to be teaching you the fingerings just so that we make sure we are playing the correct ones, and you'll see why in a minute. So let's start with B flat. You have the back lever, pointer finger. Make sure you're hitting the big lever, and then pointer finger and pinky on the right hand. All right, that's B flat, and then we go to a C. For a C, we lift this back lever, and we lift our pointer finger. So we have B flat and then C. And then after the C, we have D, which is like this. So what we do is we have our back lever down, right? And then we have our middle finger and ring finger down on our left hand. And then we have 1, 2, 3 down on our right hand, and our pinky is up for this. So it's really important that you have your pointer finger up, because in the low register you can play with your pointer finger down, but if you play in the middle register with your pointer finger down, it makes the sound very fuzzy. I'll play you an example. So this is my low D, and then here's my middle D with my pointer finger down. Here's my middle D without my pointer finger. I'm sure you can hear, it's just a lot clearer. So be sure to have it up. Then you have your D, and then you have your E flat, so you just put your pinky down for that one. Make sure your pointer finger is up on this one as well. It's the same concept. And then we have an F, so we put this pointer finger down, and then we put our middle finger and ring finger up. And then we have a G, and we just pick our pointer finger up on our right hand. And then we have an A, we just pick up our ring finger on our left hand, and then a B flat, we pick up our middle finger on our left hand, and we put down our pointer finger on our right hand, just like the low B flat. And then we work our way back down. I'll just show you. We have B flat, A, G, F, E flat, pointer finger up, D, C, and then B flat. All right, so let's take a look at the rhythm. So it's written as a quarter and then eighths for the rest of the bar, quarter, eighths for the rest of the bar, and then a half note, or excuse me, a whole note to finish it off. And also note that the first half of the scale is articulated, and then the second half of the scale is all slurred. So let me play this for you. I'm going to put on my metronome for this, and it's really important that you use a metronome when you're practicing. So this is my quarter note. I'm gonna put this over here. And if you don't have a metronome, you can, if you have a phone, or if your parents have a phone or someone has a phone, you can download it for free off of the App Store. 1, 2, ready? All right, so now that you have an example, let's play it together. 1, 2, ready? Awesome. So that's your concert B flat scale. Now, if you have trouble switching between some of these notes, here are some tips to make it feel like it lays on the fingers a little better. For example, if you're playing this and you feel like you really struggle going from C to D, sometimes I do because you are quite literally switching every finger on the flute. You're switching them back and forth. I feel like my flute gets wobbly sometimes. So what I'll do is I'll play my C and then move to my D. I'll show you my fingers. I'll play them a bunch of times. I like to call this the wiggle, and you play them back and forth a bunch of times, and it really teaches you, and it teaches your fingers what that feels like. Sometimes it also helps to do that with D to E flat or whatever notes are causing you problems. So I'll show you the C to D one. I'll usually start really slow so I can memorize what it feels like. And I just focus on keeping my flute balanced and making sure that all of my fingers are moving at the same exact time. Awesome. So now let's move on to our G minor scale. So let me explain how this is related to the B flat major scale. So this is called the relative minor key. Relative minor basically means that all of the same notes are in it. The only difference is that we're starting on a different pitch. So whenever you have a scale, for example, B flat, you have B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat. And so all of these can be assigned a number based off of the order that they come in. So B flat is number 1 because it's the first note we play in the B flat major scale. So the minor scale, the relative minor, the way you find that is you find the 6th note of that scale. So the relative minor of B flat is G because B flat, C, D, E, F, G. It's the 6th note, so that means it's the relative minor. That being said, all of the notes are the same. So you just start on a G, and then you have an A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, and then we work our way back down again. So they're all the same notes. Let me play you this scale nice and slow. In this example, they're all tongued. They're not slurred in the second half. 1, 2, ready? So, minor scales might sound kind of familiar to you. They are these sad sounding scales because somewhere along the lines of music history, someone decided that sounded sad and major sounded happy. So, some tips. The same thing goes for this scale that went for the B flat major scale. Find notes that might be tricky. Maybe you're skipping over them, and give them special attention. Really focus in on what it is that's causing you problems in this scale. So let's say I'm having issues from my E flat to F. So we have our E flat, pointer finger up, to F. E flat, F. E flat, F. It might be causing you problems.